So, believe it or not, cash is actually a liability. If you're using it as an emergency savings or to pay your bills or anything in the short term, then it's the perfect liquid asset. But the longer you hold on to it, the less valuable it becomes because of inflation. That's why they call it fiat money. It's very easy to print, it's used to stimulate the economy. And yes, the Federal Reserve does print money. It's illegal for us to do it, but it's totally fine if they do it. When governments print money, it dilutes the value of the money over time, which destroys the purchasing power of your hard earned savings. And inflation isn't just a minor inconvenience, it can destroy economies, leading to job losses and poverties. And history is filled with examples of hyperinflation where money became basically worthless. If you want to learn about the history of money, I highly recommend you guys to go check out Professor Bart's page. He has a long course about the history of money on YouTube. It's free for everybody, so highly recommended if you're interested in that. Also, unlike fiat money, we have something called sound money, such as gold and Bitcoin. They have intrinsic values and they cannot be inflated, which makes them a reliable store of value and an edge against inflation. Bitcoin in particular is decentralized. It cannot be controlled by governments or banks. But gold, unfortunately, is very hard to transport because it weighs too much and you have to pay a lot of fees to transport it across countries. And if you're trying to travel with $1 million worth of gold, I mean, trust me, you are not going to see that gold when you arrive at your destination. I think it's very important for you guys to educate yourself about what money is and how it actually works. Unless you want to just be a slave for the rest of your life, then hey man, you do you, bro. Like I said in the previous videos, go read the book, The Bitcoin Standard. It will teach you guys a lot about the history of money. And then once you do that, come join me in my $5 a day challenge. If you dedicate $200 a month for the next 30 years and Bitcoin gives you a return of 20% a year, guess what? After 30 years, you will have about $3 million. And if you, let's say you only put in $100 a month for the next 30 years at a 20% return rate, you'll still be at $1.5 million. Let me buy my $5 of Bitcoin real quick. Actually, I'm going to buy $10 today because Bitcoin is taking a little dip right now. Went from 72,000 down to 70,000. A lot of people are like scared when they see these big dump, but you gotta whenever you see those, you gotta also zoom out a little bit. Take a look at where we came from. In December 2024, 10 years ago, we were about $200 and now we are at $70,000. So if you're afraid of a little dip, then I guess Bitcoin is not for you. But I'm one of those cycles that every single time Bitcoin drops, I'm like, hey, baby, where's your wallet? So I'm gonna keep buying the dip every single time for the next 30 years. So what do you guys think? Are you okay with the Federal Reserve printing that much money and devaluating the dollar?